So, I'm here just to have a conversation with anyone who is a job seeker or you're currently interviewing with companies. There are a lot of things that you need to consider when applying for a job as well as when you're interviewing for a job. Please don't forget that the interview, just as well as it's an interview for them, it's an interview for you as well. And a lot of the times, I feel like you need to make sure that the person that's interviewing you, especially if you're going to be working closely with this individual, you need to make sure that this is a good fit. It doesn't have to be a perfect fit, but you need to make sure that it's going to be a good fit. And that's why it's so important to ask certain questions about the department, the company or organization, and dive a little bit deeper into the role, especially what kind of projects you're going to be working on, so on and so forth. A lot of the times, I think that I guess, another very important aspect of your job is working with intelligent people. Because if you're working with people that are not able to teach you something that you don't already know, they eventually going to hit a ceiling, and then that's when your growth becomes stagnant. And it's so important to understand what to look for in a company, what to look for in a manager. And I understand that not everyone is going to check all the boxes, but you have to be careful because a lot of these companies, you'll end up in a position where you're not happy, where you're not learning anything new because your job is being stagnant because of the projects that they're giving you. They may even be marginalizing your work and intentionally doing so. And then a lot of the times, there are a lot of people that really don't know what they're doing, and so they can't teach you anything. And as soon as you introduce something new to the table, they tend to shoot you down or, say, well, we can't do it like this. But they never give, a legitimate reason as to why they can't do it, because they really don't know how to, one, express in an intelligent way why this won't work, in order to kind of get that synergy going, to help you, like, in a way, create a better plan in order to execute whatever task or streamline whatever process you need to streamline. I think it's so important to keep these things in mind, because a lot of the times these people, these managers, these interviewers, they really don't know. A lot of them don't know what they're doing. A lot of these job descriptions, I did post a few videos, about a lot of job descriptions and how a lot of them are misleading. And keep in mind, this is a prime example. A lot of these job descriptions are coming from people who are in these roles that are supposed to be experienced professionals, and they're still not. They're not executing their jobs, and it shows just off of the job description alone. And I expect better. You should expect better. And this needs to be a conversation that needs to start circulating, because a lot of these companies are not up to par. And that's just, unfortunately, that's just what it is. And you have a lot of people who are seeking employment, and then, you pray your way onto a job, and then only to get into a position where you're trying to pray your way out of. And that's not really where you want to be. And I understand no job is perfect. I understand that. But there are certain things that are just non-negotiables, especially when you're dedicating your time each and every day to show up to work. There are certain things that should just be done in the appropriate manner. And I feel like, that's why it's so important for you as the job seeker, as the interviewee, to, let it be known and be vocal with what it is that you're looking for, and search for companies and seek to work with individuals who are really intelligent, so that you can have, a constructive conversation and to be able to bounce ideas off of each other, because that's what's really going to strengthen the company, the department, so on and so forth. I don't think a lot of these companies really want to hire people to really come in and make things better. I think that a lot of the times they're looking for people to just sit down, shut up, do the work, and that's it. And I not all companies are like that. I'm not saying all companies are like that, but if I'm pretty sure if you took a survey of people right now, surveying the workforce and how many people are actually happy with their jobs, you will find that I'm going to say they're more than half will say that they're looking for something new and something better. We need to hold these companies accountable and they need to step it up, especially when they are requiring so much of us. And it's like very hypocritical, especially when you require so much from an individual, but you're not able to give anything back in return. And it's like, why should a person stay with you? And then you start to see a lot of roles that are being posted over and over and over again. Well, we can say, well, yeah, maybe the person in the last role was promoted. That can be the case. But then there are people that tend to just leave companies because unfortunately things just weren't working out, or they just didn't feel like there was an opportunity to grow or learn. So like, why are you staying there? And then also management. I think that there's a lot of studies that speak about managers and managerial styles, and there are people that have been promoted that probably should have never been promoted. And that's also another issue that needs to be addressed within the workforce as well. So stay tuned for part 2 of this conversation. Let me know how you feel about this. Tell me about some of your experiences as a person interviewing for a job, or potentially some of your experiences on jobs, especially when you're looking for professional growth. Thank you.